On one shelf, you see bone broth simmered for days, packed with true goodness, ready to heal. Right next to it, another brand sits, quickly made, full of cheap powders and fake flavors. Both claim to be the same, both sell for the same price. But only one is real, the other is a total fraud. We're showing you how to tell the difference and stop wasting your money on the fakes. It's no secret that bone broth is everywhere right now. It's become this huge wellness trend. People are drinking it for all that protein and collagen, hoping it'll help with gut health, or even just to recover after a workout, and for some, it really does help. But the actual health benefits only come from one thing: a really, really long cooking time. See, a true bone broth has to simmer for at least 12 to 24 hours. That's the only way to pull all the collagen, amino acids, and good stuff out of the bones. The fake ones are basically just salty water with powders, made in a fraction of the time to save a buck. They're tricking you into paying a premium for something that's no better than a cheap soup stock. Today, we're naming the brands to watch out for. Number 1, Swanson Chicken Bone Broth. This one is everywhere, and it's tempting because it's so cheap. The ingredient list looks decent at first glance, with chicken broth and actual vegetables, but don't let that fool you. Each tiny cup packs 460 milligrams of sodium. That's a ton. Reviewers even noted that it tastes saltier than others and has a slightly watery texture. But the real deal breaker? There's zero mention of collagen content on the label. For a product sold as a bone broth, that's a massive red flag. You're basically just paying for salty chicken-flavored water. Number 2, Pacific Foods Organic Chicken Bone Broth. This one looks healthy with its USDA organic label and super low sodium. But don't let that fool you. Each cup only has 9 grams of protein, and testers call its texture thin and watery. Both are signs of a weak, short simmer. It just doesn't have that rich, gelatinous quality you're paying for. But the biggest red flag is an ingredient that has no business being in here: cane sugar. Real bone broth shouldn't need a sweet finish. You might think organic means better, but our next broth proves even fancy labels can hide some cheap shortcuts. Number 3, Kitchen Basics Original Chicken Bone Broth. At first glance, this one seems like a solid budget pick. It delivers 10 grams of protein per serving and smells like roasted chicken when you heat it up. But testers all pointed out one huge red flag: the texture. It's thin and watery, not rich and gelatinous like a true bone broth. That's a major sign it's likely made from a cheap concentrate or powder, not slow-simmered bones. So while you're getting some protein, you're missing out on the key collagen that makes bone broth so powerful. It's just another weak imitation. Number 4, College Inn Chicken Bone Broth. This is another one of those classic brands you've probably seen for years. At first glance, it seems okay with a decent 9 grams of protein per serving. But the real problem is hiding in the ingredient list. You'll find yeast extract listed right on the box. So what is that? It's a cheap flavor enhancer, chemically similar to MSG, used to fake the rich, savory taste of a true, slow-simmered broth. It's a manufacturing shortcut. You're not tasting quality, you're tasting a chemical trick designed to fool you. It just proves that even when the protein looks good, hidden additives tell the real story. But our next broth takes these shortcuts to a whole new level. Number 5, Great Value Organic Chicken Bone Broth. You see this at Walmart and think, organic? Great price? I'll grab it. But here's the problem. You can't find a single professional review of this stuff anywhere. Health and food sites test every major brand, but this one is mysteriously absent from their lists. That silence is a massive red flag. A quality bone broth gets thick and gelatinous in the fridge because it's full of collagen. Cheaper versions are often just thin, watery liquids that never thicken up. Without any real data, we have to ask, What are they hiding? It's likely just another imposter broth. But at least this one tries to look good with an organic label. Our next brand is way more obvious about its cheap ingredients. Number 6. Simple Truth Organic Chicken Bone Broth. The name sounds trustworthy, doesn't it? Simple Truth. But here's the simple trick to see if it's legit. Check the protein. A real high-quality bone broth should have around 8 to 10 grams of protein per cup. Anything less is a huge red flag that it's been watered down. Now, don't get thrown off if water is the first ingredient on the list. That's normal for a liquid. The real proof is that final protein count. If it's not hitting that 8-gram minimum, you know the simple truth is you're just buying expensive water. But some brands don't just take things out. Our next one is guilty of adding something you'd never expect. Number 7. Imagine chicken bone broth. You'd think a brand this common would have tons of reviews, right? But with this one, it's just the opposite. We went digging for professional taste tests, nutritional breakdowns from experts, anything, and we found crickets. It's like this broth is a ghost online. That is a massive red flag. When a company is this quiet and no one is willing to vouch for their product, you have to wonder what they don't want you to see. It's a total mystery in a carton, and that's a gamble you shouldn't take. But it's one thing when a brand hides the truth. Our next one puts its biggest problem right on the label. Number 8. Trader Joe's Organic Chicken Bone Broth. This one is tricky because on paper it looks almost perfect. 10 grams of protein, organic ingredients, low sodium. The label is checking all the right boxes. But the real test for a quality bone broth isn't just what the label says, it's the texture. A true collagen-rich broth should be thick and turn into a gel when it's chilled. But countless people report that this broth stays thin and watery. That's a huge red flag that you're not getting the collagen you're paying for, even if the protein number looks good. Number 9. Kettle and Fire Chicken Bone Broth. Alright, now for the good stuff. Kettle and Fire is one of the few brands that actually does things the right way. Their secret is a super long cooking time. They slow simmer their broth for up to 20 hours. This pulls every last bit of goodness from free-range chicken bones and organic vegetables. You get a solid 10 grams of protein in every cup. Now, some people find the flavor a bit mild for sipping on its own, but it makes a perfect high-quality base for soups and stews. Number 10. Bonafide Provisions Organic Chicken Bone Broth. If you're looking for a broth that's perfect for sipping straight, this is it. Bonafide Provisions has a rich, homemade flavor, and their secret is how they sell it. Frozen. By freezing their broth right after it's made, they lock in every bit of flavor and nutrients without using preservatives. It also means they don't use the high-heat processing that shelf-stable brands do, which can destroy delicate collagen. This is pure, slow-simmered goodness, made from organic, free-range chicken. It's as close to homemade as you can possibly buy. Number 11. Bare Bones Organic Chicken Bone Broth. This is where things get serious. Bare Bones isn't just broth, it's a full-on sipping experience. They pack it with real organic veggies like mushrooms and carrots, and even add healthy extras like ginger and turmeric. It's so flavorful that it's been called super sippable straight out of the pouch. And the nutrition definitely backs it up. You get a solid 10 grams of protein in every single cup. This is the real deal, slow simmered stuff that's loaded with collagen. Bare Bones sets an incredibly high bar, but our final pick does one thing even better. Number 12. Brodo Hearth Bone Broth. And here it is, the absolute best of the best. In a massive taste test where dietitians reviewed 24 different brands, Brodo was named Best Overall. It's made with incredible ingredients, 100% grass-fed beef, organic chicken, and fresh veggies. Testers said it has a smooth, thick texture that most other broths just can't match. It packs 10 grams of protein and the sodium is just right. Enough for a rich, buttery flavor without being too salty. It's perfect for sipping on its own or as a base for any recipe. We just exposed how easily those broths can fool you, but this is just the beginning. The world of health foods is packed with these hidden fakes and clever tricks. Don't let yourself get duped by the next misleading label. Stay ahead of what's really in your food by hitting that subscribe button. That way, you won't miss our next investigation into what's real and what's a total fraud.